Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about my high-end powder collection. I had to think about it for a second. So these are all my high-end powders that I have in my collection. These are all the ones that I have worked with and that I have experience with. So we're gonna dive right in. We have a few to go over, and make sure if this is something that you're interested in or if you enjoyed watching today, I'd love to see you here next time. So just make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and without further ado, we're gonna dive right in. So the first one I have, I actually received this in gratis, and this is the Honest Beauty Invisible Blurring Powder, and it looks like this. I don't know where to pick this up anymore, so if you guys know where I can find this powder, let me know. I love this powder. It's sort of new to me. I've had it for maybe a couple months now, but this does a beautiful job at really blurring things out. Exactly what it says it's going to do. I don't find it to be overtly drying, but I do think it does a great job at sort of blurring out pores without being heavy. And yes, I still have quite a bit to get through here, but this is only a deluxe size sample. So if anyone knows where I can pick this up, please let me know. The next one I have is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I got this about a couple months ago. And you guys, I love this powder. I actually used it today. I don't use this just to set solely with. I usually will set and then sort of take the sponge that comes with this powder and press it in rolling motions into my porous areas, and this does an amazing job at blurring pores. It was recently part of the 21 Days of Beauty, and I did pick up a backup because I've already put a pretty good dent in this powder. It's really very soft and finely milled, but it's not, I don't find it to be heavy. I really don't like a heavy powder, so this Aces, if you're looking for something that's really going to help minimize pores, I would definitely check that one out. The next one I have is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I'm obsessed with this. I have wanted this powder for a very long time, and this was really hard to get my hands on. It's pretty much always sold out. Anytime I go into store to pick it up, anytime I see it like advertised on the shelf, it's never in stock. So I was finally able to get it after all of this time. I recently picked up the Peach Perfect foundation and I love it. This is amazing. It smells amazing. It is, I wore it today. I think it does a very nice job at setting and sort of keeping me matte throughout the day, but not too matte, you know, where it's like just a flat base. I still have some dewiness coming through, and I like that. I personally like to have that sort of natural skin-like finish, so this is absolutely incredible, you guys. You also get a lot of product in here. Get 1.23 ounces of product, and I think this retails for around $32, so definitely worth it in my opinion. My holy grail powder ever is the Dermablend powder. I have a backup of this already. I got it in the last Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It's going to be coming up in Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I'm not sure when I'm going to be, as of right now, when I'm filming, it will be coming up. I don't know if this sale or deal will already have passed by the time this goes live, but this is an amazing powder. I've talked about it already several times on my channel. This is the one powder that I find keeps me matte throughout the day in the T-zone. It also keeps my foundation from breaking apart as well. Usually use a damp sponge to apply this, and I have no issues with my foundation breaking apart whenever I use this. So I rely on this a lot in the summer months down here in Florida to really keep my makeup locked and loaded all day long, especially for the amount of hours that I wear my makeup in a day, but I definitely recommend that one. The only thing is it does leave a bit of a white cast. So if you are of a deeper complexion, I don't know if that one would necessarily work for you. They do make a tinted version of it. I've never personally tried that one, but if you are my complexion or fairer, I would, and you are oily, check it out. You guys would love it. The next one I have is the Too Faced Ethereal Born This Way powder, and this is another favorite of mine. This is such a beautiful powder. I love that it has a tint to it. I love that it's not just like a stark white powder. I love the little cap. I think that is so ingenious because it helps keep the product in place. And this just looks beautiful on the skin. It really smooths things out. It's not like overtly drying. It's just really beautiful. And you get 0.56 ounces. So you get half less than half of what you do in the Peach Perfect. So of the two, I would probably recommend the Peach Perfect over this one because you do get more product, and I find them to be pretty similar. But I guess it's up to you. Next one is it's just a sample size of the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder. So I'd heard amazing things about this powder. It's everywhere on the internet. People come in store all the time asking for it, and we just don't carry this line. But I got it as a Sephora point perk. I think it was like a 500 point perk. I got the hydrating primer, the powder, another powder we're going to talk about in a minute, and a couple other things. It was a part of this package for 500 points, and I went ahead and picked it up and redeemed my points because I've always wanted to try this out because I've heard such great things. This is a nice powder, you guys, but I definitely don't prefer it over my other powders that I just mentioned, and also I find this to be a little heavy in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. It is the translucent version. Will I use it? Absolutely, I'll use it up. It does smooth things out, but again, I just feel like this is a little bit heavy, and maybe that's just me. The next one I have from Laura Mercier is the Secret Under Eye Brightening Powder. This I'm not too crazy about. I think that you could get the same result, honestly, with the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, personally. I don't know. I've used it several times, and I don't see anything crazy amazing about it. It's a nice powder. It's very finely milled. I feel like this is much lighter than the other one, but it is stark white. I do feel like it leaves a white cast under my eyes, and I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the e.l.f. one is comparable. The next one I have is from Cover FX. I hate this powder. I do not recommend this powder. It is going to be very difficult to get through this powder, but this is the Illuminating Setting Powder in Light, and this has like... It's the weirdest consistency, you guys. It has actual, like, it's kind of chunky. Like, the consistency is, it's not very, I don't know. It's not very finely milled, in my opinion. It's like, it's very strange, and I don't know. It's hard for me to use this one, and I try to use it under my eyes when I do pull it into my stash for the week. But I've had this for a little bit now. I still have a lot to get through. It looks like I've barely touched this because every time I use it, I'm just not impressed. I just don't like the finish. I don't like the consistency. I would say definitely swatch this out in store before picking it up. Really maybe apply it to your face before purchasing because I thought it was going to be a great, dewy illuminating version of a loose powder, and I hate it. The next one is the Urban Decay Velvetizer. So this is relatively new to me. I have not tried this as a mix and medium yet. I've only used this to set my face. It is a nice powder. I will say that I need to try it as a mix and medium before saying I wouldn't repurchase this. But for a setting powder, I wouldn't repurchase it. It's nice. It's just nothing great. It's relatively pricey for the amount of product that you get, in my opinion. I don't know, you guys. I'm not like sold on this. Have you tried it as a mix and medium? What do you think? What are your thoughts on this powder? And the last two I have are, actually I have three more left, I'm sorry. These two here are both from Laura Geller. Now, I rave about Laura Geller. I love Laura Geller's products. I've never tried anything so far from Laura Geller that I don't like, and I feel like she is a very underrated brand. So the first powder I ever got from Laura Geller is the Baked Balance and Brighten Foundation in medium. I love this, you guys. This is so beautiful. I basically use this whenever I go in with like a very light foundation and I want a little smidge more coverage. I will dust this on with just a fluffy brush, and not only does this set my face, but it adds a little bit of coverage, and this is the lightest, airiest powder foundation I have ever come across ever. I mean, you can see that it packs a punch there, but it does not feel heavy. For like a pressed sort of powder, it does not feel heavy at all, and that is what I love about it. It is a baked formula. Most of her products, if not all of her products, are baked, and I love her blushes. I mean, I just love everything from Laura Geller. So if you are in the market for a wonderful powder foundation, I would definitely check this one out. And then when she launched the Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating, I had to try this out because I am such a fan of this one. So this one here I picked up. These came out relatively recent. I'm in the shade Fair and Medium. So this one's fair, this one's medium. I swatched this in store once it was first launched. You guys, that is so beautiful. And as soon as I swatched it, I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. This just leaves the most beautiful sort of subtle sheen on your skin. It just makes you look like you are literally glowing from within. Again, same lightweight formula. The only downfall with these powders is because they are marbleized, I do find it a little difficult to find your perfect shade. You might have to go in and really play with these to sort of figure that out. But that being said, these are so beautiful. So beautiful. I think I prefer, honestly, the illuminating version over the original. But look at that, you guys. You could almost wear this as like a subtle highlight. If you have dry skin and you are looking for a powder that you can use that's not going to emphasize your dryness, I would definitely say check this one out. And it, like I said, it is not heavy at all. It's very lightweight. It is beautiful. And then the last one I have is a jumbo size of the Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals. So this guy here is nice. However, I feel like this does not keep me as matte throughout the day, especially like in my T-zone. I think this is a great powder for me personally to set in like the outer perimeters of my face where I'm less oily, but I cannot use this in my T-zone. It's nice under the eyes as well. They came out with these during the holiday and then they marked them down at a discount, and then I got my discount on top of it. So I only paid like, I think $16 for this giant container. It will take me literally a lifetime to get through this, but overall, I think this is a very nice basic setting powder. A lot of people swear by this, but I think this is actually better for people with drier skin because I don't find this to be a very mattifying powder, if that makes sense. What are your guys' thoughts on the Mineral Veil? Because a lot of people really do like it, so I would be curious to know what your opinions are. But that's it, you guys. Those are all of my high-end powders. I will go through these and I will, as usual, pick my top 3 for you all in a future video coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, insightful, and I will, of course, see you in the next one. Bye, guys.